units and an archer unit, seems.
It could be worse. So Alaric's happy. To be honest, he was expecting a lot less. Yeah, we'll start some drills. Make sure these guys are actually awake, and make sure there's people on post.
I mean, they seem
Yeah.
like they haven't really gotten enough sleep in the last couple of days, if anything.
Okay, in that case, if they're not sleeping, then let's set up an actual schedule for them to have proper night and day shifts, and get people rested. And maybe tomorrow we'll have some drills. Who knows?
We're not short of food, at least. So
Yeah, that's true.
it just
You have
seems that
lots of food.
just seems to me that most of this needs like a shape up, like a shake down and a shape up, basically.
We'll also have a few men, like 50 of them, helping with preparations, because we want this defensible.
As you look out across the field, you see they are maybe 2 bow shots away, so rather close, really. There are the beginning of tents, and then there are tents and tents and tents and tents. You can see pretty far here, and 10,000 are a damn lot. They have what alludes to multiple, well, possibly even like meeting areas and marketplaces out there. It is a host, a massive host. And the things you see do not look like they would give you comfort. Half of it you don't really know what is. Maybe it's siege engines in some strange form. In the distance, you certainly see the lumbering of a great beast walking about the men, scattering before it. One of the great war elephants, just a silhouette, walking through the camp. As just the myriad of smoke trails covering the sky.
Oh, that's disconcerting.
No, Bree fucking loses her shit. Not loses her shit literally, but like sees like these elephants and basically says like next to Vernier, by the 7, how am I going to fight that? Oh, nothing only Varen can hear.
Alright. Then we say, like, as I said, you don't fight them up close. They are definitely afraid of fire, though.
Bree like looks over. Don't have like, look at them. Okay, so what if they're afraid of fire? Did they just break anything anyway? Like, what do elephants do when they see fire?
Varen looks at her with a slight smile. If they start to see fire among their allies or their men, then they will start rampaging through them and kill them.
So then they currently have control over those elephants.
They do, yes. But if they get scared enough, they won't be able to.
How do they control those? Can we
train
take
them?
that? Can I ride that?
Yes,
I
we
don't think
need
it's very
Bree
safe.
riding into battle
Bree
on a war
Bree
elephant.
begins to lose some of her fear as she begins what if I
If we capture one, I suppose.
What if I rifled the one, climbed up its leg, and does it have reins like a horse? Can I
Do they?
Yeah, they
Do they have
tend to be
elephant riders?
They tend to be hooked into
From
the
what you
ears.
know, yeah. I mean, they use them in Valentis for carrying stuff and bringing water around and building things. And I mean, they love their elephants there, and they certainly do have people riding them, guiding them around. Another thing is that they actually also do have lights on them when the lords ride around. They're a very well trained animal, though. If you're a good elephant trainer, you are worth your weight in gold, so to speak. It is not an easy task.
Some people have pet ravens, some people have pet dogs, some people have pet wolves. I can have a pet elephant. Maiden Knight of Highgarden, Lady of Elephants.
Yes.
I will stride the elephant into the Red Mountains and strike down every vulture.
They're not the most stable creature. I don't think it would do good in the Red Mountains, considering how I did.
It will Oh, it will break the mountains and walk across the flat surface.
Yes, whatever you say, Blade Debris.
Like says it there. We have to make this a thing now.
If we capture one, we can attempt it, but it's not safe, Bree.
Bree looks out.
The trainers are worth their weight in gold. It's not an easy profession to train those
Good.
things.
I can probably carry him. I'll capture one of the trainers.
Baron actually
Bree's
thinks
ice blue eyes glint mischievously.
Baron actually thinks for a second seriously of this, no.
So,
it's not really possible, I think.
seeing the horde in front of him, Kevin will certainly be taken aback, and then will resolutely somewhat make his way over here to Baron and say, Sir Cinders, if you could be so kind to help me point out some of the things we might be seeing here. The layout of these camps are unknown to me. Looking at all the tents. It would be, he sort of rummages around in his pack a little bit, and he brings out a far eyes that he has. Mirror's lenses. And
yes.
he will start looking, poring over the camp. This is probably what he will do for a good hour or so, trying to look over the camp and ask Varen to help him identify different structures in the camp. Particularly, he wants to identify supply tents and vital stuff like that, trying to sort of sort out what is in these camps.
Varen could also have a look for those far eyes and try to point out where
the moment that Varen the first time Varen borrows Keevan's far eyes, Bree says, "Oh, for the sake of the seven," and pulls out her far eyes and almost it's Varen
And this is perhaps where Baron's expertise in this field comes in, because he's been over there. He has been an Essos mercenary. So he would know more than any of you, probably more than most of the people in Highgarden, about what exactly is over there and what things are. Supply tents are generally here put at the back of the camp, which makes a lot of sense. But they're also spread out like little kitchens and whatnot around these people. They are most definitely supplied by a supply train behind them, likely leading to the many ports that have been captured by the Blackfire's fleet, allowing them to actually come here. But chances are that they also have done quite a bit of foraging on their way here. The Reach is rich, and a lot of people live here, and a lot of people have a lot of food with them that can be easily taken if you just kill those people and take their food. That is a rather normal thing for armies to do, really, in enemy territory, though of course the Knights of the Reach frown upon such behavior. It's barbaric, but what can you expect from mercenaries?
Water supplies, water cisterns, not really, but where do they keep their water, stuff like that.
Yeah, there certainly are water places, though. Maybe even some of these people just go drink upriver, or downriver, really, depending on where they are. And they also pee there and whatnot. It's certainly not a clean camp, that's for sure. But it seems to very depend on what group. The different regiments perhaps are very fractured. Sort of, they don't intermingle that much, and it's maybe even in reality a lot of smaller camps for the different mercenary companies that are present here. What Varen sees certainly is most of them being mercenaries of the disputed lands, which are sort of very Westerosi in their fighting style, but have been fighting over there basically instead of over here for so long that they've adopted much of the way of behaving. They are perhaps similar to the men you fought under the service of the Westerlands.
Yep.
Simpler mercenaries. Among the more exotic things, certainly the elephants and their riders from Valentis. Well, they are also more wild-looking types, perhaps from Norvos or north of Valentis, and there even seem to be some people from further east that have managed to get picked up by this.
So you recognize a specific mercenary companies then?
Some, surely, yeah, that he has seen like fighting against him over on the other side of the sea and whatnot.
Does he know any of them that hate each other?
They generally don't, simply because they get paid so well that, I mean, individual people do, but they usually deal with it sort of, and then get replaced whoever loses. Disputes happen all the time. There certainly is a degree of attrition amongst mercenary officers. In some companies, while in other companies it's very structured and very rigid.
When you do with this, like sit down with Varen, also have like quill and paper and like start writing down like, oh, that's that company, that's that company. So we get like trying to basically make a list of what's out there.
He will also say like what they're made up of usually.
Yeah,
One
exactly.
thing Varen sees that he maybe unnerves him a bit is once when he was in the slave pits, there was a fight, sort of a celebration of Valeria, which is rare. It was to show the Valerian way, basically, And what was happening was that about 100 slaves were set up against 10 well-paid, what they call Eastern pyromancers, who generally burn people alive. Is their sort of their thing that they do. Not quite with wildfire, because the people of the Pyromancers Guild here in Westeros have that pretty well under lock and key. But replicant products are certainly something you attempt to make, and generally these are the kinds of people you hire so that you don't have to fight against them.
We should probably go out and sabotage that, I think.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like a likely target.
That
would certainly show some chaos with the elephants.
That's a very immediate cover up from being unnerved. Those guys, yes.
But there
They
certainly
will also
are
visibly swallow when he sees them and stop for a bit.
Are a lot of people, and the I mean, there seems to, by sheer number, always be more eyes on you than you have on them.
That's fine. They know we're in here.
Yeah.
Because
they
what I'm
don't seem
thinking
to
is,
care much.
No, they're probably quite arrogant and think they're gonna win easily.
I mean, yeah, they certainly
How
are looking at
arrogant
yes.
Dorian says.
If they have pyromancers and elephants, that's a bad combo. And also, if they have very far to their water, as they go actually to the river, any fire starting in that camp will be very difficult to contain for them.
Yeah.
Which is certainly something that we could possibly use. Command tents, anything like that visible?
I mean, every company sort of have their own, but there probably are, like in the back of the camp, there probably is the, that they're supposed to be sort of the Westerosi, like, elite knights led by Fireball as the commander of this army. He probably is there somewhere, but he's allegedly usually at the back of the camp, preferring to lead from the rear.
Coward.
Right.
Maybe
he doesn't think the mercenaries would do too well were he to fall in battle.
So yeah, also like on this list, we would also write down like, okay, known tactics of the mercenary companies, what they usually do, what like type of force they have, because I mean they're mercenary companies, and as Leo said, if they get bloodied too much, they will probably just decide that this is not worth it. Just leave.
The benefit of having many different companies is generally that they consider themselves to be among the best. Some companies, at least.
Might also be triggering each other to perform better.
They might.
Edging each other on.
Yeah.
But blooding one company can certainly make them pull back. And bloodying the best companies might make others not want to go and fight as much. And at that point, well, then certainly morale it would be an issue. That's for certain.
Right.
Yeah, we need to. I mean, yeah. First of all, we have our own defenses to shore up, build traps, gates, things like that.
I was
train the
thinking
men.
about the
see
gate thing actually. The stone under here, I suppose. We could dig that up and like make a huge trench here, so they can't get through.
Yeah,
Put spikes in it, and yeah.
sure. They might just fill it with bodies and walk over
I
it that way.
mean, they might, but they're mercenaries, so they might not want to.
That's true. I mean, especially if it's on fire.
I mean, they
as well.
can like carry bodies over here and like throw them in, but then we can shoot them while they're doing that.
They sure can. Yeah, that should be done. Like we need to shore up our own defenses. We need to look at our troops. We need to rebuild the ruined defenses, and then we need to start planning raids and sabotage and assassinations.
Something that is good to confirm with those Far Eyes you kids have. They have elephants, they have their tents, they have their plethora of different weapons, they have their firearms. Do they have any actual siege equipment?
Yes, it would seem so, though some of it is like strange throw machines and whatnot. It's probably the kind of thing that Alaric would have seen used in Mir. Like it's basically like a kind of like a ballista, but with a giant sling on there instead. That like lobs rocks.
Or they fire bottles.
Yeah, bodies that have disease or barrels of pitch with then like fire arrows over the walls or some such. Trying to burn buildings and stores and such.
Alright. So how covered is the gate currently? Can they like see right through here? Or
There's like some rubble and stuff. It would take them some time to. I mean, it's been piled up a little bit.
If we like do stuff behind there, can they actually see us then? What we're doing?
Right behind there? I mean, some of it probably, but I mean, largely not. Like if you do it,
Because I was thinking
in
of
here in this courtyard here.
Yeah, because I was thinking of like digging up the
We
gate
can
house here.
also work at night and like do things to actually cover up the gate so they can't easily see and be like, oh, what they're doing now? Oh, those crazy
I think
people.
we should start right away because we don't have the time. They might charge at any moment, and we're not ready right now.
Do they look like they're about to charge?
They look like, I mean, some of them are ready, some of them are not. It's hard to tell this. If there are so many, it's unlikely they would charge with all 10,000 at once anyway.
Yeah.
There probably are at all times, really, some that would be ready to do it.
Like, considering their fractured mercenary company organization, it's not like a large army that would like all like summon up at once and go.
They do have a central command, of course, but perhaps that command doesn't see 10,000 men being necessary or even useful at attacking this place at once.
Yeah.
Since, Fireball has undoubtedly traveled through here a couple of times in his life, and maybe has checked it out recently anyway, before this whole thing started. There's the benefit of being the person declaring the war, is that you can generally get to scope things out. Your troops are doing as you command, but it seems also to be right now that they might just be thinking that they're working here to try to get a good deal for the surrender, basically, such as my troops are allowed to not die and don't have to join your army and that sort of thing. So they're doing it happily enough.
Can we? I mean, to like raise morale and stuff. That's like warfare checks, right?
Speeches being inspiring, sort of thing.
That seems like something we have someone specialized for.
I could probably do it as well. Talk about my expertise about these troops.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think explaining what
Those guys
troops
are
have.
weaklings.
And then you roll poorly.
They throw
use your
fire.
data mercenary.
It's possible.
They throw fire and
Those
they
people are
have
the
beasts
most-
with
Yes, yes.
tusks that can kill any
The thing
man.
with telling speeches is that you don't want to tell people the truth, Goger. God
No.
damn it, man.
You tell them lies. Filthy, dirty lies.
Good thing you're also good at
You should
lying.
inspire hope.
I'm not good at lying, no.
Alaric's good at making speeches to men, though.
But
Right
I-
then, you're probably all doomed, but we're gonna
I
sell
could
your
s-
lives.
I could still tell the truth, but be positive. I could like tell them how to actually fight them in the best way, what they're weak against and such.
It's hard to say, but I mean, hell,
I mean,
we've
Talk
had
about the elephants that they will
Well,
panic with the fire
actually,
arrows.
Yeah, the problem with you trying to sell that is that you're trying to sell 150 like garrison quality troops versus 10,000-ish mercenaries out there after the entire southern half just got wrecked. Just got totally skull-fucked. Like, the gate is gone.
Which we just, you need someone with a lot of inspiring things.
Sure.
The northern gate still works. They've closed that one. It's portcullis. Of course, you would go up here and just sort of open it if you actually captured the bridge, but you can't just sort of ride across right now.
Well, but I mean, that would be something we would do in the, upcoming few days we have before, as part of getting the garrison into shape.
You could give them this little stretch of land to the south, and they would actually have to cross the bridge instead of trying to defend this down here.
Yeah. Only thing is, if they can take the bridge, because we don't have any higher position here for the archers to get good shots, and although the bridge is a really nice defensive position, I'd like that for a fullback slot, place, more than our first bastion. I'd like to lose this ground first and then come down here.
We should try to whittle them down as much as possible, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
And also, if we lose this wall here, they can place their slingers and whatever. They're ballista and just throw things and burn the whole fucking castle.
Well, they don't want to take down the entire thing. They don't want to risk threatening the bridge so long as they have people on the other side.
Yeah, they could burn all of this and just... They only need this section.
Blind indirect fire with siege weaponry does not guarantee the bridge survives.
Well, no, but they're probably gonna throw the fiery stuff.
Yeah, they can easily get this, no problem. If they can set up here, they can easily get past the bridge, no problem.
And their objective might just be to destroy the bridge and fuck off to deal with the King's Landing.
Likely not.
All they have to do is hold this. And it's not like these guys are going to break through.
Well, no, likely not, but if the Tyrell host arrive later on, they might just destroy it instead.
How about you worry about surviving the moon until
we
Tyrell
want to survive.
I want to cover all the variables.
Yeah, keeping this.
We can't cover all the variables.
We do what we can. We start by building up defenses, getting the troops into battle shape. Getting the troops into battle shape specifically, that seems to be an Alaric task.
Yeah.
Because he's the leader of men here.
He's set to it already.
While Kevin and Baron will try to jot down as much information as possible. Kevin can read and write, so he can do that.
But I would also like to help with the work effort too. Pull up the stones here if that's
sure, but not before all of his expertise has been put to paper. So everyone can. So we have a long list of things that we know about the enemy.
Indeed.
So that day one is Kevin is going to requisition Baron to be on the wall and give out information and identify different aspects of their camp.
Yeah.
Right. Generally, the way Varian thinks that an assault will begin from the composition of troops near here would be what some of the people here can confirm. Actually, they will say that the first thing that happened was just that they were rushed last time by an early group. They didn't think these people were this far ahead. Their information was apparently wrong on that. Their scouts were wrong, and they got wrecked then. But they managed to sort of stave them off by defending the bridge instead of the wall here, and then they pushed out and pushed back when the enemy lost momentum. But what he thinks, what they have had done before, is generally that the sort of Pevis, the crossbowmen with their tower shields, will slowly move across and shoot anyone on the wall until anyone on the wall is sort of forced to hide while they themselves hide behind their tower shields. Doing that pretty well. When the wall is clear, then they will generally rush in through the gate or position some sort of thing to break the gate while they basically keep the walls clear, and then they will move ahead. Their first priority generally is to kill anyone on the walls before they push through.
All right.
I think the plan would be just to fill the gate, area with rubble, shit that we can't move until, we spend a good deal of time on it, because then that's exactly what the enemy's going to have to do.
Well, the problem is they're gonna get through that.
So, no one can open it. Just open it willy-nilly
Well,
behind our
they
backs.
can, yeah,
If
but they
they-
can clear it still.
If they have siege weaponry, can't they just attack one of the walls instead and ignore the gate?
Yeah, they can. But no, what I'm
So they
saying
can,
is
yeah.
that we can't. There won't be a traitor there to open up the gate if there isn't a gate
Sure,
to
sure,
open up.
sure. Yeah,
But
and
if
there
they wanna-
mechanically isn't a gate there right now.
Yeah, and if they want to break down the wall, then they have to break down the wall. But the gate, if we have a traitor in our midst, we've got to worry about the gate being open. If we just fill it with fucking rubble, he's not going to open it.
Maybe,
It's
we
just
can't
hard
have
anyway,
the
but
front door,
I would rather make it a fucking pit than put rubble there. Because they can't get through that, whatever they do.
A
I guess
pit will
walk
just
over a
take longer.
pit.
Yeah, they could just put boards down, tower shields, and
Yeah.
they've got enough equipment
Well,
and a makeshift bridge to cross a little ditch. A
Just make
wall of
both
rubble
it.
will cause more damage.
Trench in the front, rubble in the back.
Yeah, we could do both, and it'll slow them down more than anything. It would stop their
I mean,
momentum.
they're probably are there murder holes in the gatehouse here?
Not in this one, no. Only in the main one towards the main keep. They are a bit better. These ones here are mainly there as sort of a, they're gates. They're meant to close off. There was a portcullis there and like a gate, but mechanism is broken now. The murder holes and such are over here, where they also have their pitch barrels and such.
yeah. I don't think this side is gonna be that easy to defend against a bunch of crossbowmen either. Just shoot us down.
Well, that goes for any side.
Yeah, that just goes
Well,
for
at least we
everything.
have the cover of the walls here. There's no palisades on this side.
What side?
If they push us
At least
back
we have the
this
cover of the
way,
walls here. This side of the wall is open, so we don't have any cover over there.
Wait, the wall is open?
on the
It's
inside,
facing this
yeah.
way
Why on earth have they designed it like this? This is stupid.
to cover the bridge
Wall
on this
is-
side as
Yeah.
well.
To
Yeah,
defend
but I
this,
mean, why don't you put actually? I mean,
because generally the idea
Because
is
you're
to
meant
keep
to-
this.
because
like
they
this thing.
couldn't imagine someone getting through this. That is hubris in construction. I am not approving.
No, how could you imagine that? Once upon a time, this land had dragons, and it's not as if the castle was going to defend. Who's going to attack this
Yeah.
bridge? In a full-scale war, you'd risk the wrath of Lord Tyrell himself and the king, because this is essential for getting food up there.
Yeah.
It's hubris in peacetime is generally what happens with architecture. So
Well, then we have to keep this fucking place because we don't
That's-
have any walls up there.
exactly, that's
It
that's
will
what I'm
be in the
saying.
open.
That's,
Well,
We
there-
could,
there-
like,
there are
put
walls,
rubble over
there's
here to
just-
stand behind, but
There's just no battlements. For,
yeah, there's no battlements to
There are
defend.
battlements on the gatehouse. If need
Gatehouse,
be to
yeah,
defend the
we got
bridge, of
that,
course.
I guess.
But, and the towers as well.
and here I guess.
Distance on that, okay. Yeah, and fighting on the bridge is going to have to be our last bastion. And if the crossbowmen get through this gatehouse, we're fucked. Because
They're not going to be
we'll
the first
just get
through.
destroyed.
I mean,
No, they won't be the
if
first
they
through,
get
that's what I mean.
if they get through there, we've lost that entire place anyway.
What I mean is like
It's not-
if the fighters push us back far enough that the crossbowmen can get through the gatehouse, we're dead. That's it. So
Not necessarily, but
Well,
they
yeah,
have to get
'cause
through another
it's gonna
gate.
be-
they'll just
it's
fire
gonna be
over
bad.
everything and they'll just murder us before we can get anywhere. We'll just be picked off by crossbows. It'll be awful. Because if just 30 of them get just through here, they can fire way over that. No problem. And kill us. So, it's gonna suck.
What we need them to do is actually attack with the elephants. They might not do it, but we'll see.
We need them to attack with elephants.
We don't need
Yes,
them to
because then
attack
we
with the
scare the elephants to make them attack their
Like,
own army.
but in order to do that, you would need to somehow convince them that attacking with elephants is essential.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's not like they're gonna
Yeah.
put forth all of the effort to rile
No,
up
no.
the elephants.
We need to make them desperate enough to actually use them, because they're
Oh, if we
probably
can
not going to use them
keep,
in a siege.
if we can keep rebuffing them, they'll get desperate enough.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we're gonna have
That's
to
why
keep
we're
rebuffing
discussing.
them.
We're discussing the rebuffing part. How we do
Yes.
that. We're not
Then
that.
they're not gonna send their elephants straight away. Like the second attack, that's not gonna happen. You know, they're not stupid. They've done this shit before.
Hmm.
And just wasting elephants.
We make a moat 2 meters deep, covering this area.
Yes, we have such time to do this.
Yes.
It is Varen's destiny.
Yeah. He
He
just
Destiny
claps
points to
and
make
there's...
a moat.
Yeah.
burn a destiny point and it just happens. Yeah.
I just found a Valyrian steel pickaxe.
Certainly,
Oh.
certainly, you know, the small folk could perhaps have been requisitioned, but they have run away
Yep.
Hmm.
as soon as this thing really got, because they maybe knew that that would happen, and maybe they didn't want it. They certainly have taken many of their valuables left with them, but their houses now stand mostly just empty. They're cluttering the side. Generally, it's frowned upon to have houses next to the keep. Generally, Castletown is a little distance away, just to, you know, not be able to use it to hide from the archers on the walls and such. But it doesn't seem like Bitterbridge has seen combat for quite a few years, or been threatened really.
Yeah. So
Hooray.
can we take stock of this place and see what you actually have? Do we have any pitch? Do we have any like stakes prepared? Do we have any timber?
You can make stakes. You can certainly gather timber, and pitch. You can grab a few barrels of that. Yeah, they do have that, though it's pretty old, but you know it doesn't age anyway.
I want to make a lovely semicircle of stakes just covering this entire entrance, so we just whittle them down to this bit. And then their numbers will mean nothing in this narrow passage.
Well, wouldn't it be better to have the stakes here and then the barricades back here?
Well, I mean, they're already here, but I'm thinking if they break through, then we can put it all up here, and we can have them all entrenched, and they're not going to push through them, and or if they do, they're going to take injuries, and yeah, it's not going to be great for them to push through stakes, so they're just going to have to try and push through us there. And
But then
We've
we can't
already-
really stand here then, in that case.
well, yeah, we can. It's a fallback position. That's the whole point of
But
defense is you have
then-
fallback position, fallback position.
Yes,
fallback
but
position.
how would we get like from here to over the stakes then?
No, we leave this bit open. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Is we leave a bit open which naturally funnels them into a choke point.
Right.
Because if they see stakes here, they'll go, "Oh, fuck this," and just keep going that way. So, yeah, they want to avoid being hurt generally, and
Could
if
just
they,
cover this entire area in stakes then if we have the time.
that's what I'm thinking.
To make
but
them
start
Elongate
off
the
here.
bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
So they can't go through the courtyard.
Yeah, we just want to make the area they have available smaller because we have the tiny force.
Yeah.
And that's how you win with tiny forces. Is small.
If only we had like a
chokeholds.
catapult over here to fire.
Yeah.
I think.
The fastest thing you can do certainly is just to pile up rubble everywhere.
That'll be the
That
first
can be
job.
done fairly easily, and it doesn't require too much manpower. So,
Yeah.
like,
Rubble and then replace
you know.
with stakes.
you can sort of start by making like little piles of rubbles, like, sort of,
Beautiful.
you know, sort of. I imagine that's what you wanted, right?
Yeah, just like
So-
So,
just
so,
gangways
so for
to get
now,
to
that
this.
is what the garrison forces will do right now. They'll pile up rubble on either side of this road here.
Cool.
Yeah. And then we'll also start making stakes, I guess.
They'll just like go get furniture and everything over there, and then pull it across the.
Straight from the castle town. Those
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
kinds
Like
of fled.
take all those houses, and
Just fucking
break
rip
down
that
the
shit down.
the fine tavern over there. The Lord seemed to have like forbid them from taking stuff there at one point, but he's not here, and he doesn't seem to give a fuck anymore.
Alaric gives the fucking order to rip the shit place apart.
Alright, they'll do that.
No
Then,
mercy to the
like
buildings.
chandeliers and nice beds and whatnot, just stacking them up there.
Alaric doesn't give a fuck. He's got battles to win, and who gives a fuck about a tavern, right?
That
then
can be
it'll
done.
be,
That can be done fairly quickly. So put
And then there'll be one like over here under the gate as well.
yeah,
like,
we want
stuff
like
rubble in the gate,
just shove that shit full of it, of rubble and
making it effectively like rather difficult terrain and giving people behind it cover.
yes, exactly. Make it
That's the kind of thing that would do.
all in our
Pile
favor.
rubble.
Well,
Make it more difficult.
I think we wanted that a bit further back, right? And we can make a pit in front of it.
I would prefer it just to literally be all the way through.
Well,
But yeah, we could.
Digging the pit would take a lot more time and also destroy the King's Road, which might make it more difficult to transport food once this is dealt with.
That's a
sure,
very good
but you
point.
can cover that up with dirt fairly quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when all of the fragile wagons hauling all the necessary food.
Yeah, they all start breaking at this point. Yeah, we probably shouldn't ruin the King's Road for logistical reasons.
Well, I mean, plenty of wagons
we-
survive the
you
Oregon
know-
Trail here in the United
You
States.
know, we
Don't
can-
they can survive like 5 feet of dirt?
I'm pretty sure we can sacrifice a bit of the King's Road here. We need to hold this place before we can use it for anything. So I'll dig the shit
How
up.
dare you think short term, Jonas? You son of a bitch.
Damn.
Once all of this is dealt with, then we have a little trouble moving wine. And I was like, oh good heavens.
Alright, so a pit right here then, and then tons of rubble the rest of the gate.
So it will be noted that maybe they'll just put the rubble in the pit.
But the rubble is
Yeah.
behind, so they can't reach it.
Yeah, so they push.
Yeah. So you want to put the pit here and then rubble here,
Yes,
not rubble here and rubble here.
exactly.
Okay.
I guess we'll
I want it to be
Hold-
open there because
hold
otherwise
just
they
here.
will have cover as well.
So what if they try to bring some ladders to climb the gate to get past the pit?
Then
Well,
we're
that's gonna happen
then
anyway.
we're fucked. Well, they
That's
might not.
basically what I want to do. I want them to not be able to use the gate, so they have to climb over the walls.
Why? They can come down at these towers. Every tower
but
has a staircase.
they're gonna do that anyway. We can't
No, they
make
won't.
the gate open so they won't. Yes, they will.
They'll flood the
You
gate.
think they
That's my
won't
point.
climb?
I don't know. You want a path of least resistance, right?
Yeah,
so
that's
if they
the
think
point.
they can just go through the gate, and it's not so bad. If you incentivize them to want to climb up the towers, we can't hold these walls.
No.
Realistically.
If
We have
they
100 men.
if they take the walls, we're fucked. We're gone. Yeah. If they decide we're gonna go up the ladders, we're leaving. We're going. We start here.
I still want to make a strong attempt to hold these walls and towers
Oh,
because certainly I don't want the crossbowmen to have these walls and towers. But if we do this, then it's just well, fuck. There's no way we're getting through the gate.
Yeah. Once 200 men climb these walls and get onto these balustrades, that's fucked. We're doomed.
I mean, the goal
It's
here
way easier to
potentially.
defend a wall than defend a gate.
That's
Well,
what we're
I
trying
mean-
to make the gate annoying, but easier than climbing up a wall and getting tired and then climbing down all the stairs in all of their heavy armor and shit.
I'm thinking like this, right? Because we're fighting mercenaries. Our main goal is to try to. We can't kill all of them, but we want to make it as costly as possible to shatter the morale, right? We want to bruise them enough that they will think twice actually from attempting again. So at least in a first stage, enticing them through the gate might be a better idea, simply for the reason that we have enough people to just plug up the gate. Look, among the knights on this wall are some of the best fighters in Westeros. And if we can plug up the gate with that, we can probably deal a very costly blow to them.
Sure.
We want
If you
a
think
300
they'll only
this
be
shit.
attacking the gate, I think they're gonna be attacking the gate and the walls at once. And
I don't think they
fucked.
will bother with the walls
don't
in
think
the
they
first
will.
attempt. They look at this and be like, we can just walk in. I don't
Our
care."
master plan succeeded perfectly. We shattered the gate. We fucked up their siege equipment. We're going in there. They only have 150 dudes. They're fucked.
We've got 10,000
sure.
men behind us. Why the fuck do we have to worry about 150 dudes?
Probably
manning a
all we
gate?
have to do is walk to the gate, demand they surrender, and damn, we're done.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
But if we stand at the gate and say "fuck you," and then they come and fight, and we cut them down quicker than they can arrive, then that's going to break their morale, and they go,
because
"Fuck
they
that
are
shit."
Alright.
they're probably very cocky right now. They'll be like, oh, it's just gonna walk in. It's gonna be super easy, and then they will actually get some resistance.
Yes, the surprise we'll have is punching them in the mouth that first time.
Yes.
And then, when survivors go back, those motherfuckers.
And then we're
Alright.
fucked.
Or the other
Only
company
Rumble.
will be like, oh, those people are like that other company. Oh, they're they're weaklings.
We'll
We'll
show
show
them.
them how it's done,
Yeah.
and then the second company goes in, same thing happens, and then the third time, then they probably start learning.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
How
they're
about
like,
how
okay.
about this instead? And we make a half circle here of rubble, and rubble here as well, of course. And then when they start piling in, because they will keep pushing in probably, we throw down pitch from the battlements here and burn them all.
Yes, I like the idea of treating this as like a battle of Thermopylae.
Yeah, that's
Although the
how it
Spartans did
works.
lose that.
yeah, but they were up
They've had
against
more men than we have, so
yeah, but they were also
Yeah.
up against a lot more. They were up
Uh,
against like tens of thousands, not 10,000.
historians are kind of.
Well, some historians say there was 1 million, but you know we're gonna
No,
guess.
That's just. Oh, that's just
Yeah,
the
that's
Greek being like,
ridiculous.
oh, we're so amazing,
Yeah,
and
well, it was definitely more than 10,000. At the very
It was
least, you're
definitely
really looking at 50, 60, 70,000.
Yes, they were looking at a shit ton more than 10,000 because it had the
So really, the
Persian
odds are in our
Empire.
favor so long as the.
Yeah,
Been done before.
it's been done before. Don't worry about it. We got this.
Although
So
I
that sort of rubble, is that what you want?
Yeah,
That's the idea I had at least.
and the central part not being as high or strong as these parts because we want them to break here rather than here.
yeah, a small opening, like
Yeah, we like
so
two.
maybe Baron can barely make it through there.
Yeah, like 2 man
I
abreast could.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Because then you know.
A little
like,
bit of rubble, but not too much rubble. Just kind of like marbles and a chair.
annoy.
Right, with the goal being you want to funnel people to what they think will be the least resistance.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Because people are idiots and they like least
And then-
resistance.
Yeah, and then we'll have pitch up here to throw down once it gets like too hot down here for us to hold it.
Yes.
And then burn them.
Yeah, once we're like, oh fuck, we're crumbling, and then we have like Tweedledum and Dumber that go, okay, pour this shit down and light it all on fire. And then
I mean, Kevin can also stand up here and just shoot them
Yeah.
in the back.
Yes, that's. Go ahead, Dirk.
I was just thinking, like, if Keevan's up there just plonking away, like, people might will see him up there and also try plonking at him.
Well,
well, I would be in the back, so
yes,
they can't easily.
you would also have pretty nice cover, which they would have to defeat.
I mean,
What's
if
your
I'm
new improved
standing,
armor rating?
if I'm
Fr-
standing
from,
back here, I will have like all of this wall, like between
Uh-huh.
me
You,
and
ca-
them,
you
and I'm in
can't
the
be
back
seen
here.
from this side. It's too broad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And from what Vern understood, the crossbowmen will like stay down here to take out anyone on the
Yeah.
walls.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
won't move in.
yeah, they won't
They
move.
generally cover.
me
They
up
generally
here-
cover approach.
Me,
They're not
me
too
up
hot and
here.
mellow.
Me up here shooting down here will wreak havoc.
Yeah.
So we could just have a few archers here shooting a few arrows at them, so the crossbowmen don't think it's empty.
I see. Like, I like that idea more with like a few archers shooting across to make them think it's not empty, but perhaps the majority of archers laying here, like on
Yes.
top of the gatehouse.
Yeah.
And when
Sure.
people actually start like, we're gonna fucking take this shit, her, then the archers stand up.
Yep.
Well-
Just. Kevin can take the archers. He can maybe have archers.
If we don't have enough archers, we can have like guys throwing stones and stuff down here as well.
And more pitch, more burn.
But yes, that's
Keep
something to
burning
consider
it.
as well. Like, range combat's bad for us because most of the named people here don't do range
Oh.
combat,
Oh.
as that server disconnecting says.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so that's
well-
why that just
Session's
closed
over.
down on me.
Yeah, I mean our strong suit is definitely close combat.
Yeah.
That's what we do best. This has been proven. Now it's more of an endurance run than a race. Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely.
And,
a struggle.
And Manser Legud shall hurl insults down upon the Englishmen.
Yes.
Speak with a French accent.
Previously,
Silly
there was
kniggets.
there was just a gate there. There was no like portcullis or anything, right?
No, it was.
There was one.
It's all
but,
fucked now.
Okay.
no.
It's
You know,
easy.
the elephants. The elephants do a great job on the podcast.
Did the elephant storm the portcullis?
They have not tasted elephant yet.
No, okay.
I mean, the
Portcullis
elephants
is not
could have dealt
tasted.
with the portcullis.
Oh, the
If
elephants would
they
have dealt with
considered it,
portcullis.
they looked at it, they'd be like,
I don't think the elephant would actually short a portcullis.
no. It would be like, that's a
It's just like iron, iron
Yeah.
stuff.
You could probably like pull it off its hinges or anything, but
Yeah, you just
Probably
hook
won't, like,
the
charge
elephant
it.
to it and then just.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
would take a long time though, and yeah, you could shoot it while that was happening.
Stop the server again so you can look more. But here's an autosave from like a couple hours ago, so you're not on the map, but I think that'll be okay. We know you're here. Yeah. Yeah. Discussing perhaps also if it's an all or nothing plan, or if you want to have some sort of fallback plan. Should you be pushed back from that position?
I think once the walls start falling, we should fall back over the river.
Of course.
Yeah, and we'll hold the bridge here. Hopefully they bring enough men that it clogs up the bridge and the crossbowmen are forced to be all the way over here, because then at least that's a long distance for them to shoot, and maybe they have some penalties for shooting so fucking long of a range.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Should pull back the archers first, and then us others should hold the line a bit longer.
Yeah, but that's...
We try to hold like this part here, I guess. And the
Yeah.
archers just try to fall back to get over here.
The archers just funnel around here and then get back, get up here. Then we fall back, get here basically.
Should probably have a way for the archers to like get down from here, maybe, because they
Well,
won't be able to if
there
they're
will be stuff over here, so there will be stairs and shit like that, getting up and
Well,
down
hopefully
towers.
That's not the. Doesn't have to be that way. There might just be stairs here and here, but certainly check that. Otherwise, we can put a ladder there or something.
Yeah, I'm sure we can make it available.
Yeah, because once they start falling, the archers won't be able to make it from here to here without going this way. I don't think.
I'm sure if the towers can be arranged to have something in them to get the archers
Sure.
out, then yeah, I'm sure that wouldn't be too much of an issue. Yeah, so if this is struggling, pitch and light it. If they keep coming, then the archers fall back around and over the bridge, take up formation up on the northern gate, and we fall back, a fighting withdrawal, effectively, to basically dry land here, and because yeah, fighting over land is better than fighting over water where we could be pushed off, so yeah, and then keeping that distance for the crossbowmen, hopefully, maybe. And if we lose this, then we retreat into the main keep and lose the bridge.
Yeah.
And
That's the last line of defense. Trying to hold these two gates.
yeah.
You do remember, of course, that Lord Castle would, upon losing the bridge, probably just surrender and open the gates to spare his home for the damage. Because he doesn't. That would basically mean that, yeah. To him, it would be pointless to continue fighting.
Yeah. So if we lose the bridge, we fail. But this is literally just our last bastion. We can't. There's nowhere else to fall back to defend the bridge from. That's literally the end of the bridge. So yeah. I see it as we have one fallback position effectively. And that's it. Got our main position here, which I think will work well. But you know, if we set up here, then it's...
Yeah. I'm wondering if we can put stuff on the bridge that we can trigger later on. Depends on how wide is the what are these things called? The things on sides of the bridge.
Sides,
Yeah.
the rails.
Yeah.
They're fairly high, so there's a little bit of a swing in them, but generally they are sort of about little above waist, like low chest high walls.
So only shin high for you.
I didn't hear any of that, but how wide are they?
Wide.
Wide? The bridge?
No, like the railings.
They look
I
like
guess they're like a feet about.
a person wide. It's
I
about
was
one
wondering if you
Alaric
could, like-
wide.
I was wondering if we could put stuff on there, like tied up with rope, that we could then push down and make like a barricade over there.
That would probably be very difficult
Yeah.
to fit on there. So a sort of advanced pulley system.
We don't have the Caladan engineers for this sort of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. The engineers of this house is at a fort trying to figure out how do we stop people from just walking through the river.
Yeah.
Well, we
This
could have a
place.
barrel of pitch standing on the bridge, I guess.
I'm gonna buy some time while it burns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's certainly true.
Or would be the plan, right? Light the area here fire and then use that time to retreat.
Yep.
People probably generally don't charge into burning pitch. That's generally a sort of an assumption people can make.
That's the idea. This is all on fire. We run back. Maybe we have some barrels of pitch like here, and we just
Should we
knock
run back
over
that
and
soon?
break. Oh fuck yeah!
Gonna lose this part in the first battle. They
Well-
might just be pushed back and then not attack for a while.
We have to
Well,
hold this for an entire moon. If we lose
Yeah.
this...
we gotta see.
I mean, the
it really
point is to make
depends.
it so costly that they just don't want to
Yeah.
attack. It'll be like, okay, you make the first move, and then like, oh god, look at those people. They got really messed up. I don't really want to make the next move, and everyone's like,
And then they're either gonna regroup, attack again, or bombard us with like flaming stuff.
yes, but that takes time. They need to roll
Yes.
things up, and we need to buy as much time as possible.
We shouldn't
All
hold back
all we're
until
trying
the
to do is buy
levels
time.
Yeah,
We're
we
trying
to-
can't.
I'm not saying like the first battle.
We're not trying to win. We're just trying to not
No.
lose.
What I'm just saying, in the event that we're losing this area, this is what we're going to do, because I think that's what
Yeah,
Manakai needs to know, rather than what we're going to do in the first battle.
Yeah, because it sounded like you were gonna fall back as soon as we threw down the pitch on.
No, I mean if they
I
throw
can adapt
everything
fairly
at us-
well. You do, of course, have a limited amount of pitch,
Yeah,
couple barrels,
but
Yeah.
but
I'm giving contingency
You know.
plans that we will set in place for the.
it's,
How many barrels exactly do we have?
like 3.
3, okay. Use 2 up here then, and then set 1 on the bridge, I guess.
One as a, we've lost this lower courtyard. Let's break this with the last person and light it and run.
Maybe a bit of rubble
Fire
surrounding it so it will burn longer.
Oh, it's gonna burn as long as it burns. Really, I don't know if rubble's gonna slow that down.
Maybe.
We'll make like a little X's to signify. Well, that's a very small X's.
Ah, we can see it when we're zoomed in.
Just do like 10 size. We'll make a little circle instead.
Oh, circle, fuck it.
Circle, circle. And you want it in the middle of the bridge. So
Yeah.
circle.
Yeah, that'll do.
You got your pitch.
And Kevin is just gonna have to fire a fire arrow on it.
No problem.
Yeah, I don't think
I
that'll
can
be
hit.
an issue.
Yeah. Just
can
cover
hit
the
the-
outside and pitch as well so it actually catches fire.
I can hit a barrel
Yeah,
Within-
but it
within
actually needs
my-
to catch fire.
within my range increment.
I don't know, that
without
barrel
any
has
problem.
acrobatic defense.
Oh, it does?
It's a
Wow.
very old barrel of pitches. Lots of experience from.
Well, it's very old. It's also got flaws.
Barrel
It's like building
spends
your
its
athletics.
destiny point to not be hit.
I am barrel.
I will
destiny.
avoid certain death and not be lightable. I fall in the river.
I have waited for this moment. Falls
Like,
into river.
the
Freedom!
arrow fucks it, and then it just falls into the river and like burning.
Right. How many men can we requisite it?
150.
How many men can we get over here to defend?
150. We'd already asked.
I feel like grab every single person. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not gonna go. I don't want Jeffrey over there. He's a bit of a bitch.
Well, we can have like one outlook over here to see if the other army actually arrives in our back.
Who?
I think
There's
I think
gonna be
here-
guys here. We're just. He said you've got people in the south. Those are yours.
Like literally. Besides, if you're
150 men, everyone who's here.
Besides, if you start thinking about that army arriving from there, then you might as well just fucking give up.
Yeah.
Like if they arrive, just jump in the river. Like you're gonna survive better that way. Like,
Yeah, we
It's
just need
very
to
true.
trust that they don't, or the Longthorn intercepts them. That's
Yeah,
our problem.
Yeah. The only
Okay.
thing we must worry about is the army at the doorstep. Anything past that is irrelevant right now.
Sure.
You know, on the bright side, technically we're knights. Technically, we have the right of
I don't think the Eastern mercenaries give a goddamn.
probably not.
No, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a flying fuck.
So how many of those are archers?
X.
Well, about a third.
Alright,
So
sure.
50.
50.
About.
And then there's like, about 50 like trained garrisons and like 50, of course, like new green garrison.
Maybe peasant.
What are their weapon?
How
Their weapon are halberds and bows, yeah.
Trust the old halberd.
Yep.
I'm guessing we
And
can have the
they,
barricades
they
here
each
to be
use,
like.
they each use like a hand axe as a sidearm, basically.
I'm guessing we can have the barricades here not be tall enough so people can actually stand behind here with halberds and like poke people.
Right now it's just cover
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cover.
to
Uh,
the
a
people
lot of cover.
holding it.
But they won't be able to. Oh yeah, they will. Okay.
Maybe.
Can you actually
You
walk
can
over
push
it
through
without like?
It would be difficult terrain.
Yeah.
Like take double movement, basically, to push through.
And what's likely to happen is when the corpses start piling in this choke point, it's going to become more difficult terrain anyway. That's like generally what
Oh, yeah.
happens. In battles...
You must climb upon the corpses of your enemy.
Yeah, in battles there tends to become a giant pile of bodies somewhere.
Yeah.
And this will be
And I've
it.
dreams about them.
It's I think we spent quite a bit of time leaving Highgarden, more than I expected. But so I think we'll have the potential battles that might happen here. Might happen, next time, and then maybe we'll just take sort of the say that there's at least a day or two for you to do stuff sort of before next session, between sessions, if you so desire, or have any plans, ideas you want to think or talk about. And maybe there's also like if there's something very specific you want to fight in one of these houses, maybe that's sort of Destiny Point territory, Turns out that this family really fucking loved to have like this guy really collected torture implements. Turns out that he had like an Iron Maiden hanging out, Maybe that could be a thing. It's a bit of a strange example, I suppose, but
We're going to roll it off the wall to
Uh,
crush our enemies.
That's
that
surprising.
could certainly be
Question is also if you're gonna go out there and sabotage or not.
that's something.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I think we should look at that when... if the opportunity arises. Right now, preparing defenses. Making sure we can defend this first.
I think if you're gonna sabotage, we should do it now while they're like not on their guard.
I mean, they're not going to be on their guard in their camp. Like, if they attack us and then rebuke us, then they're not going to up the guard in their camp. There's no
If you plan a large sortie for going out and sabotaging, please inform me of what your goal would be with that before the session. If you actually want to play it out, if you just want to do a personal little thing, maybe we can figure that out at some point, between sessions as well. Gotta be honest with you, I don't have the whole camp of 10,000 planned out. So if there's a particular place you might want to go to,
Individual names for everyone, please.
every single person.
Yeah, it has a
Set fire to the
backstory.
alchemist guild out there. Should be nice.
It's some. I mean, if anyone's ready to handle fire, it's probably those guys.
Oh, yes.
Probably.
I can't imagine their stores of highly explosive weapons are going to be just left exposed.
Well, no.
One stray
If
flaming
it
arrow.
actually catches fire, then it's gonna be a bit of panic. Do it
Perhaps.
in the middle of the night when they're not like.
Maybe they have like those kind of grenades that, like, they've got most of the ingredients in the grenade. They just put like this little bit into each one the day before, and then it becomes reactive.
It's possible. Don't think
How
that's how it
exactly
works.
it
though.
works?
That would be smart. 'Cause
Characters
If it
wouldn't
works
really
that way,
know.
yeah.
No one's
Probably
really a
takes
maester
several
or a
days to
scholar or
make.
anything. Yeah, but there certainly is a prospect for some conflict. As a finishing note, perhaps, before we end the session, we're approaching midnight. Could go a little further, but I think this is as good a spot as any to do it. You see, sort of in like a tree that has been burned a little bit, sort of to the side of the wall, a little distance out, a single lonely one standing there by the side of the road. We see something that, in the looking forward and what nobody really notices, but there is a big black raven sitting there, just looking at what's going on. Its head slightly tilted. It has sort of one eye is just a scar on the side of its head as it just looks and watches what's going on. Perhaps looking to that is the final thing we see this session. Before the next session, and in the next session of the Caladan Chronicles, and then we see cuts from what's going to happen next time, which doesn't work as well in a roleplay show as it does in a.
I think Alaric's dreams are a good example of what's going to happen. Definitely.
Probably.
I hope you enjoyed the session. Didn't get as far as I expected, but that happens sometimes. Sometimes we go further, sometimes we don't. And I think I had fun at least, so I hope that you did as well.
From my experience, you never get as far as you plan.
Yeah.
Players have a tendency to just
Too much partying.
Not the most exciting of sessions.
I do love planning things though.
I do
Enjoyed a lot.
like creepy visions and dreams, and I do so hope that the Blood Raven will pop up at some point.
I hope
That's
he gets
mid-battle.
Well, maybe he can talk to you then.
Yeah. Hello. I heard you shoot the bow, but kinda.
And this is how Kevin swears never to touch his bow
He
again.
wears a snake around his neck.
Yes. I will give you my pet snake.
He'll just show up like fucking Gandalf. Helm's Deep, that's what it's gonna be. He has mustered the Rohirrim.
Well, he's an outlaw,
Quite, yeah.
so who knows what he's doing.
Who knows? He's just gonna show up with like the Northerners or something. How Stark's just gonna show up? We don't know.
Just right
How
down here,
Stark has
just
randomly
come out of
showed
the
up
water.
to
And
just
for
plowed through
any viewers who are undoubtedly curious, as I'm sure they most likely have forgotten or skipped sessions or whatever, it's like, what about the wildfire? Okay, so Soryavis the Silent spoke with Varen privately and handed him this thing to use. Varen didn't really understand specifically what it was, and maybe that's why Decim told the Silent to give it to Varen. Varen, in turn, handed it to Rin, because if it was a throwable, Rin probably could have been the one who would use it best, because Varen's kind of clumsy. That's where it's been ever since, all those moons ago.
Ren has it.
Ren doesn't even know what's in it.
Rin has no fucking clue what it is. Varen has sort of an idea, and Varen's never told that story to anyone else.
Exactly. So we can't make plans with things that only one person knows of its existence. So
It's
yeah.
also just a bottle.
It is also just a tiny bottle.
It will work once for something like if the fireball, if you can get it on him, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Or an elephant that's just about to break
Or
our
an
lines.
elephant.
Or an elephant, yeah, exactly. An elephant would be a good target.
And I'm sure that will break the mercenaries' morale when that
Right.
shows up
Yes.
as well.
Yes, but again, you can't plan for something that only Varen has been charged with this, and Varen handed it to Rin with practically no context.
Well, they said they can melt armor. That was pretty much it.
Yes, Varen said that, and you
Yeah.
know, Rin. So Rin kind of has like some semblance of like an idea.
Yep.
Ren does plan to use it if the situation's desperate. It's not just going to leave it in his goblin. But
Yeah, but we can't plan with it. It's just not going to happen.
It's not going to be
Well-
a game changer anyway, probably.
I think at a crucial moment, it can certainly do
If we're very
Yes.
lucky, then yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah, it can be very useful, for sure.
If the stars align, then it might.
Well, you know.
Yes, if the stars align.
Yes, also that. Don't say that.
Don't roll a 1. As a reference to something I got.
Yes. Yeah.
As if it was yesterday.
Yes, because it was.
Yeah.
Alright, well,
Look forward to our next session after a day or two when we realize how completely like fucked we are when people like executed their plans and it's gonna be great.
yeah.
You're just gonna storm the walls instantly.
They
You
just
have all
must-
your refreshed destiny points. You have power to make things happen in this world.
Yep.
Influence what you got and how things look. Yeah.
It's true.
They approach with
Yes, sir.
ladders. Okay, I burn my destiny point. They don't have ladders. Okay, they don't have ladders.
Just do that every time.
No,
They never have
you,
ladders.
no, you can't. You have to like. God damn it, build a
It was a
contrivance.
joke,
But
damn
it
it.
rains. It starts raining exceptionally hard at this particular moment.
Uh,
That's actually funny. So
Sharply
I just sent
altering the
I just
landscape.
sent Manikai a PM about causing rain right then. You said that.
Well, I mean, you're not causing rain. It's just a coincidence, right?
Yeah.
bringing
I mean, us as players causing it.
Got it?
Technically.
Also, like
Okay.
heavy fog, they add the crossbowmen can't see anything.
Well, yeah, you know, I'm glad you're so charitable with your destiny points, Goger.
Yes.
glad you're willing to spend them.
Someone has to be.
I look forward to you burning 2 more this story goal and picking up even more horrible.
I might burn an extra one here. We'll see.
He will just be a bucket of floors.
I'm just waiting for Manikai to cut you off and tell you no.
Hmm.
Well, when you burn one, you have a lot of freedom.
Throw them on the fire.
Alright.
Whatever Law likes.
Burn with me.
Just don't let it get burned by the pyro monster instead. That'd be sad.
Very sad. I am going to bed, so good night. Thanks for the stream.
Yes.
And the session.
All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you all next week.
Turns out I had this.